how was everyone's weekend? I know it's productive. I know it's prosperous. And I know everyone got a big old happy smile on your face this morning. Well, welcome to the Team Effort Lifestyle Call, where you're going to hear things that's going to move you from facts to faith to action. This is your host, Pastor Denise McDowell, along with my business partner, DCQ Qualifier, one-star Pastor Joe Wafer. We're family. The line is open. You know how we do it. So right here, let's hear your name. And where are you calling in from?
Yvonne Bogan from Clinton, Maryland.
Well, hi, Yvonne from Clinton, Maryland. How are you this morning?
I am well and blessed of the Lord. Thank you. How are you?
Woo, I'm doing good, girl. You're sounding good this morning. You got me going already, girl.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for bringing that joy. All right, family. Who else is with us this morning? Let's keep it going. Who else is with us? Introduce yourself.
Cassie Joyce from North Carolina.
Oh, my goodness. What's up, Miss Cassie? Have you calmed down just a little bit, Miss Cassie?
Absolutely not. I am pumping the sprays.
Hey, you're looking like a teenager every day, girl. What are we going to do with you?
I want to talk to two people twice a day. And pick a time and kind of schedule your time and just break it up. Just don't say, oh, well, I need to talk to 100 people. That's way too many people. You know, I don't know if I know that. I mean, you know, whoa. Calm down. Just break it into small steps. I'm going to call 2 people in the morning. I'm going to call 2 people before I get to work, 2 people at lunch, and 2 people in the afternoon. That's 6 people that you've reached out to. And you multiply that times 30. Look at that, you guys. You see how powerful that is, how many people that you touched, if you just break it down into small steps. Read. You know, learn from others. I do a lot of reading. You know, a lot of stuff that you can learn in the books about people who have been successful. You know, one of the things that I hear all the time, and I love it, I think it's just the most amazing quote that I've ever heard, is don't try and get rich advice from your broke friends. You know, I hear people all the time who don't have any money, who don't have any savings. They want to tell you how to make money, or they want to tell you that something that you're interested in isn't going to make money. And I think that's so odd because I'm like, really? That's like me trying to tell a race car driver how he should be shifting, or, you know, my husband who fixes on cars, like me trying to go out there and give him some advice about fixing on cars. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. I don't know anything about cars. And that's the same thing. Your broke friends aren't going to help you get rich. They just aren't. And this doesn't mean that you, well, that's another story, but don't go to them for advice. Read about people who are successful. Talk to people who are successful. That's why they always tell you to get a mentor. You always want to be around people who elevate you from the level that you are. Very nice and very comfortable to be around people who are like that, which is why they say the 5 people around you probably make about the same income. It's true. And the only way that you're going to change your income is you're going to have to change the people that you associate with. Because the people who are making whatever it is, let's say you want to make $100,000 a month, people who are making $100,000 a month do something totally different from people who are making $50,000 a year or $30,000 a year. Totally different mindsets. And you need to be around the people who are making that kind of money, or read about the people who are making the kind of money that you want, or living the kind of life that you want, so that you can see where you're going to go and how you're going to act. So that's just another thing. Just make sure that you're reading and that you're really always constantly endeavoring to grow. Because your income is not going to exceed your personal development. It's just not. Your subconscious mind will constantly put you back into that same state that you're in right now if you don't expand your mind, if you don't give yourself another vision. Okay, next one. Be a student of change. You know, we have to embrace change. We have to welcome change. We have to know that when things are changing, that we're growing, that things are different. You know, everything, and I say this all the time to so many different people, you know, everything in our life is designed to make us more comfortable. You look at your car. You know, I rented a car one time and it had butt warmers on the seat, and I was like, who needs a butt warmer in your seat? I'm sure Pastor Denise has that in her fancy Mercedes. Like, but who needs one? But you know what? If you're making a long trip, a butt warmer is actually a really cool thing to have. It helps to relieve all that muscle stress from sitting down. But if you think about it, everything in your life is designed to make you feel more comfortable. You know, don't exercise too much. Don't do this. Everybody, oh, calm down. Microwave, popcorn really quick. You know, press a button, here it comes. So, you know, a lot of us don't like to change. We do the same thing every single day. And when you're doing the same thing every single day, you're not going to grow. And you're certainly not going to reach other people and try and help them grow. So we have to be a student of change. We have to embrace change. We have to know that in this fast-paced world, the only thing that's going to be constant is change. And so when you start to embrace it and know that that's going to be your reality, you're going to feel a lot better and not be as afraid, or fear's not going to creep in as you start to move on to your new life. Personal responsibility. Avoid the blame game. I'm actually really, really big on personal responsibility. You know, you've created the circumstances that you have. I know people don't like to hear that. Tim family, I love you. I know you don't like to hear that. You know, man, I just get on my soapbox about this one. I'm really going to try not to, because early in the morning, I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, but it's so important that we take personal responsibility. You know, you are in the situation that you are because of the choices that you made, and you have to take responsibility of that so you can make a change. And, you know, a lot of people will get into this industry, and they'll, you know, do a little bit, and things will be hard, and they'll get uncomfortable, they'll hear a couple of no's, and they'll quit, and they'll say, you know what, it doesn't work. Network marketing doesn't work, that company doesn't work, those sprays aren't working, this isn't working, that's not working. It's like, no, it is working. And it'll work for everybody if everybody gets out there and works, you know, but people work at different levels. You know, and if you're not working at a Pastor Denise, or Melissa Honeybee, or Pastor Dale, or Kevin Vaughn, or all the great leaders out there level, you're not going to see their level of success, and you have to take personal responsibility for that. So I'm going to let that one go because it's early, because just know that I love you, Tim family, and I don't want you guys to play the blame game. I don't want you guys to think that somebody has an upper advantage, because like I said, we all have the same product. You know, Pastor Denise doesn't get like a super industrialized D3 spray and not get the regular D-Power spray. You know, Pastor Dale's not getting a super slim spray. He's getting the same spray. You know, Kevin Vaughn doesn't get paid from a different compensation plan. Anita Poole doesn't get extra bonuses because she's in the UK. It's all the same for everybody. The only difference is you. That's why it's all about you, and that's why you always have to take everything internally and make sure that you're taking personal responsibility and that you're not blaming anybody. Okay, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go. Okay. The next one, visualize your goal. I know, I get really on that one because I hear so many people being the victim of their own circumstance, and I feel really sad because there's nothing I can do about that. I can't help anybody who chooses to be a victim. Okay, I'm letting it go. That's calm. Next one, visualize your goals. Picture yourself where you want to be. You know, here's something that we don't do that often is, you know, sit back, take 5 or 10 minutes out of your day, you know, and just start to visualize your goals. You know, you write them down, great. You have them written in front of you. You have them written down. You know, you got your vision boards. But really take that time to visualize your goals and really see yourself where it is that you want to be. You know, if you want to be car qualified, go down to the Mercedes or the BMW dealership. I'm telling you, it'll change your world. Sit in the car. Smell the leather. Take selfie pictures of yourself. Take pictures of yourself by the car. Meet the person who's going to sell you your car. Shake their hand. Meet everybody around there. Drink a cup of coffee. Take a test drive. You know, and then come home and just kind of replay that over and over in your mind. We got to get a visual. Our minds are very, very visual, which is why, you know, if you go on Facebook, you'll see mostly pictures and videos because we're very visual. People tend to just fly by the words. In fact, if they see a big paragraph of words, they'll probably say, I'm not even going to read that. But you see a picture or a bunch of series of pictures, people will sit there and look at those. So we're very visual people. And so it's not just enough to get your goals on the outside on a piece of paper. You got to get them on the inside. You know, so you want to make sure you're spending time to visualize your goals. The next one, conquer yourself. You know, we impose our own self-obstacles, and a lot of it is just our programming. You know, probably all of us heard is don't talk to strangers, you know. Don't speak unless spoken to. These are all obstacles because as we get older and you get into an industry like network marketing, I don't want you to talk to strangers. I want you to speak to people who haven't even said anything to you. You know, I want you to get outside your comfort zone. But these are things that we have to be untaught. And some people, their goals and their whys are just burning so deep into them that they just throw all that programming aside and they do a new programming. For some of us who are maybe a little bit more conservative, maybe we have to spend more time overcoming those obstacles and getting over those things and start developing a new self-talk for ourselves, things that we're going to say so that we can overcome some of these fears or limitations. Because what happens is that when you have a fear, you know, when you have a new idea that comes up that doesn't go along with the visual that you have in your mind or the self-talk that you've been saying to yourself, all of a sudden a terror barrier pops up, and it booms that idea out because fear starts to come in, and you just reject that idea, and your mind wants to get you back into a place that you feel more comfortable. And so we have to make sure that we conquer ourselves. You know, but you want to challenge yourself as well. You know, your goals should be just outside of your reach. I was listening to this, I don't know if you guys know Bob Proctor, but great guy. Love some of his teachings. He was talking about the different level of goals. There's like level A goals, which are things that you know that you can accomplish. Like, oh, okay, you know, I want to run a 5K. And maybe you run, you know, a couple miles every single day, so really it's just one more mile. It's not that big of a deal. And then there are things that, dear, I wrote it down. I have to go find it. I'm going to come back to that because I wrote it down. And then you have the goals that are just completely outrageous. The C goals, the ones that we should be doing, are completely outside of anything that we think that we can do, and they scare the crap out of you. And those are the goals that we should have in our mind because it's going to help you to reach those A and B goals. And so, you know, a lot of us stop at the B goals. Hold on, let me write this. I wrote it down. So, whoa. So it's really good. Hold on 1 second. Let me just grab it. It's in my notebook real quick. I'm a big writer down. It's planned. It's what you think you can accomplish. So it doesn't have any inspiration. So the first one are things that you know you can accomplish. The second one are the things you think you can accomplish. You know, like I think I can make it to LCQ qualified versus I think I can be a 10-star. Hey, same kind of thing. You're still going to get LCQ qualified, but it's making your goals a little bit more into the fantasy realm. But you start visualizing those goals, you get those goals on the inside, all of a sudden they become a part of you. So, you know, what am I talking about here? What's the whole point? The whole point is this. You see that there is an industry now where we have people who are getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And, you know, to be honest with you, the healthcare law coming into effect is going to get more people who weren't taking prescription drugs on prescription drugs, which is going to cause a whole host of problems. You know, we just have a whole sick care industry. It's not about healthcare. How many times have you gone to the doctor saying that you had pain, and the first thing they did was give you medication? That's how doctors are being trained now. You know, I've always wanted to know, well, why do I have this pain so that I can avoid getting it? And they don't really want to talk about that. Or a friend of mine, she's pregnant, and she has gestational diabetes. She got it with her last pregnancy. She got it with this one. And the first thing they wanted to do was put her on medication and iron. And she's like, well, is there any other options? She's like, oh, well, yeah, you know, you could change your diet and exercise a little more. I'm like, hello? Why wouldn't that be the first option? It's just not a part of the way they think. And a lot of the way that people are now is they want a pill to make it better. They want a pill to make it all go away. And then you have people who are, you know, still sick, but also don't have any money for retirement. So they have nothing to look forward to. I think this is the first time in a generation where people don't feel that their children are going to have a better life than they did. It's really sad. It's really, really sad. And we have both of those things in our hands. We have good health and good wealth. And so it's our opportunity to take responsibility for ourselves, to keep on working on ourselves so that we can go out there and have the courage and have the information to go and share this amazing opportunity with these incredible sprays and this phenomenal opportunity. So I know this probably wasn't the most exciting training that we ever get. Sometimes I just get on one, but I think it's important because it's always good to check ourselves to see where we're at, because I had somebody say something to me this weekend that just really struck a chord. She's like, you know, I haven't been active in my business, and I don't want to let this pass me by. And I was like, wow, don't let it pass you by. You don't want to be here 5 years from now and be like, man, I was in the beginning of that company and I didn't do anything. Man, that's really sad. And then still be sick and not have enough for retirement. So I'll get off my soapbox, Pastor Denise, and I'll throw it back over to you. I know it wasn't the most exciting training, but I do hope that it helps somebody. And I hope that it helps somebody to take action today, to get on the phone, to start calling people, to get out there and say something, because really what you're giving people is something that they've been looking for. They really have been looking for. So I hope that I impress that upon you. Back to you, Pastor Denise.
You know, Nikisha, I think the difference, I think what you shared with us today was phenomenal. I thought it was a great bit of information. I think it's going to even empower more what we're doing. You take people's facts like that, and those are facts. I mean, 1 out of 7 people on prescription drugs that probably don't
7 out of 10, sorry. It was 7 out of 10, sorry.
Although it's 7 out of 10 that are prescription drugs. But the fact that in America, we have so many that are on prescription drugs, but where are we as far as being healthy as a result of that? And the percentage that you gave there, where we were on the poll as far as being healthy, the information you gave today was incredible. And how many people do have retirement set up? How many people can retire today? You've been working 30, 40, 50 years, and you still cannot retire because you don't have a retirement. You don't have enough money set up. But when you look at the compensation plan that is offered by Ken, and if you go with this compensation plan that we have, if you really follow that power of 2, and in case you know that power of 2, if we go there, we follow that power of 2, and you don't have a retirement set up, if you go hard with the power of 2, that's your retirement right there. That's your retirement right there. And I'm sure everyone has done that. If you haven't seen the power of 2, look at it. Have your upline to break it down and show it to you. And is it going to take commitment? Of course it is. Is it going to take hard work? You better bet your bottom dollar. You've been working 50 years and you can't retire. So what is another 2 years going to make a difference when you know that you'll be able to work hard for 2 years and get the retirement money that you need, that you can really, really, and then you're going to have fun while you're doing it. There's probably going to be some fun you're not going to want to retire in 2 years. I think, Pastor Joe, did you make it in? And if you didn't, Nikisha, I just want you to right quick before we go to Anita with that post for today. I just really want you to confirm that if you go hard at working the compensation plan that is offered by Chen, that is your retirement in 2 years.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, the great thing about this compensation plan when you compare it to other ones is that it's very simple. The way that they structured it is very simple because here's the plan. Write it down. I want everybody to write it down in case you haven't heard it from your upline. If you get 2 and you help them to get 2. And the great thing about that is if you're new, let's say today's your first day, welcome, welcome, welcome. Your upline is going to help you to get 2 because that's their job. Remember, that's the system. You get 2 and help them to get 2. And when you follow that compensation plan and when you have duplication, you're talking about having an income of, let's say that you kept that and you had perfect duplication. You know, you could max out this compensation plan at $150,000 every single month in residual income. But here's something even more exciting. Let's say that you didn't max out, okay? Let's just say that you got about 1,000 people in your organization. That's about $2,500 every single month. That's $30,000 a year in part-time income. And that doesn't even include the money that you're going to get from your bonuses. That's just residual income, guys. I hope you guys understand that. That what I just talked about for 1,000 people, that's just residual income. That doesn't include your car bonus of about $1,200 for a Mercedes-Benz, a Mercedes or a BMW of your choice. That doesn't include your wealth cycle that made you tons of money along the way. That doesn't include any of your fast start bonuses. That doesn't include your executive bonuses for hitting certain ranks. That's just your residual income. And $2,500 a month extra in residual passive income, how would that change your life? How would that change your children's life? How would that change your future? How would that change your plans for retirement? I'm just talking about getting 1,000 people in your organization. Now, here's the thing. Here's what makes it really, really exciting. We have less than 5,000 people in the whole company. I think it's like maybe even less than 2,000 people in the whole company.
Yeah.
So that means that, right? So that means that your opportunity, that means that when you're going out there and you're sharing this opportunity, A, probably nobody's heard of 10, and B, probably nobody's heard of spray vitamins. And C, they probably don't know the difference between taking a pill and taking a spray. All these 3 things you're going to be able to educate them on, which makes this vastly different from any other company out there. And the way that Mel and Amy, God bless Mel and Amy, the way that they structured it, it was like it's safe. Getting your 2 people makes you lifetime qualified. That means that later on we're not going to say, okay, well now you need to buy $500 worth of sprays. Or we're going to say, oh, now you need to have not just 2 legs, but you need to have 5 legs. No, it doesn't change. Getting a left and getting a right makes you lifetime qualified. Less than 1,000 people in your organization is $2,500 a month. all the way up to $150,000 a month. So, you know, when you start saying that we're opening up Japan in September, you know, we're having this regional event coming up, these are the moments that are really going to change people and change people's lives. And you have the opportunity right now to take advantage of it. You just have to go out there and take action. Back to you, Pastor Denise.
You know, Nikisha, that 100 business partners is $2,500 a month, but 1,000 business partners is $25,000 a month. Let's make sure they understand that. So that's, yeah, and that's not, you know, some you might not want to go for $150,000 a month. So if you got 1,000 business partners, just think of that. And that's the thing. All you get was 2. All you need to get is 2. So that you and your entire team working at that, $25,000 a month for a couple of years, that's not bad. I'd go for that. And you have to understand that the thing that you're doing now, if it's not working, if what you're doing now is not working, and that's even if you're building your business, if it's not working, then it's time for change. Like Nikisha she spoke about change. She gave some very good information today. That's meat. Now, let's say sometimes you can have milk and eat and drink milk, but sometimes it takes a little bit more to digest meat. So she gave a lot of meat today. And Vicky told us in the text, she says less than 2,000 MB business. That's true. But what you're doing now, even if you're building your business with 10, if what you're doing is not working, then it's time for change. If you're not taking advantage of the 3-way calling, it's time for change. If you're not attending the TTPs, it's time for change. If you're not plugged into the calls, it's time for change. If you want to take massive action, these are the things that you're going to have to do that you can reach those goals that are possible to reach. And you don't have to do what she said. You don't have to confess it. You have to put it out there. Do you want to be a 1-star or do you want to be a 10-star? Bishop Central says, I'm going to get me that Mercedes convertible before December. He confessed. He said, I'll put it out there, but guess what? It's going to come back to him. We don't know how that works. We don't know. We know that it does work. When you say something, when you speak it out there, and you speak it with conviction, and you speak it with belief, and then you visualize it, it's going to come back to you. If you go to my Facebook page, I posted a picture of myself standing with a Mercedes-Benz. This was over a year ago, only back in 2013 when we introduced it then. I found a picture of a Mercedes-Benz and I attached myself standing beside this Mercedes-Benz and I said, I'm going to win this Mercedes-Benz. And now I'm driving around in a Mercedes-Benz that's paid for by the company. Come on, you've got to put it out there. Put yourself in a picture. I think it was Sherry Reed and her husband David. They put a picture of themselves sitting inside a Mercedes-Benz SUV. And guess what? Pretty soon they're going to be driving around in a Mercedes-Benz SUV because they confess it, they put it out there, visualize it, and it's going to happen. We all, and another thing that Keisha said, we're all given the same product. Yes, we have the same product, but we also have the same 24 hours. What are you doing with yours? If it's not working, change. Pick up the phone, call somebody, say, hey, look, it's not working. What am I doing wrong? And let's make this thing happen. We need, just like Mel Gill is taking massive action, we as the leaders of 10, we need to take massive action as well and make this thing, make 10 products the best known household product ever known to the world. Look at the health of people. Look at what they're going through. Look at what they're dealing with. And we have in our hands the power to make a difference in people's life, in their health, and in their wealth. Let's take massive action along with Melanie McGill and make this thing happen. Let me stop right here because Keisha, well, that was some good stuff. You said it was good, but that was some good stuff you gave today. And I'm going to listen to this tape again because those are really good bullet points that we need to get locked in to our workforce so that we can really have the things that we so desire. So, but let's go to the UK right now. Miss Anita Poole, are you there with our poll for today?
Yes, I am here. Can you hear me okay?
I can indeed. How are you this morning?
I am fantastic, absolutely fantastic. In fact, I posted a picture on my Facebook. I was able to go for the kind of walk that I just couldn't go for before the TEN sprays came along. As you all know, I have fibromyalgia, like several people who've benefited from the TEN sprays. dramatically with fibromyalgia, actually, and many other disorders, although we don't claim to treat, cure, or prevent. Now, I was able to go around the beautiful UK manor house, huge it was, huge gardens at the weekend, and I just couldn't do that a year ago. So, talk about quality of life that we're giving people with the TEN sprays. It's absolutely incredible. And these are great, great statistics, Nikisha. And these statistics in America, Mel and Amy Gill are going global and going global very quickly because this reflects also what is happening worldwide. I'll just give you some examples. Dubai, the obesity, not only in adults, but kids, is at an all-time high. And the reason is because, Dubai and the UAE are expanding very quickly. It's a very, very hot climate. A lot of it is indoors. People are not getting enough exercise. A lot of the fast foods have gone in from the west into the east. And people view it as a lifestyle thing rather than looking at the nutritional aspect. And whereas the Asian diet was actually a very healthy diet before, now that, too many burgers are being eaten, too many Kentucky Fried Chicken, all sorts of fast foods too regularly, the obesity has gone up so dramatically in adults and in children. And the children's obesity is such incredibly high. The Dubai government are actually offering gold if children can reach a certain target to lose weight. Now that is unheard of in the world. Wow. And here we have a spray that can help people. Things like the Bee Boost. Eric Gale, that was a fantastic call on Friday, Eric. If you're on the line, he was addicted to energy drinks. Here, they've done studies, Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi contains more caffeine even than the regular Cokes and Pepsis, and it is at an all-time high. And I could go on and on with loads of things that are happening in the UK and worldwide that actually reflect all of these kinds of statistics. So we have a massive, massive global opportunity here. In the UK, they're actually going to offer gastric band surgery to diabetic patients because they're reckoning that it's cheaper to give them the surgery than it is to treat them on the NHS. Now, that's leading for trouble because you're not re-educating people how to actually lose the weight. So they'll go back into the vicious cycle. They're actually going to class obesity as a disability so that people can have car parking badges. What's that going to do long term? It's going to increase the problem, not decrease the problem, because people are going to have less exercise. Here we have nutritional sprays that not only help the person short-term, medium-term, but they also help them long-term because A, it puts money in their pocket, so it helps them feel better about themselves, it helps them do the kind of things they couldn't do before, it helps them therefore be active and exercise, so that helps their health anyway, plus, exactly as Eric said, and we've had many people say this, it actually starts making you think about the nutrition that you're putting in your body. So it actually starts people off with better, healthy habits. And that's what it's all about. So, TEN sprays are a stepping stone into lifestyle. I explained to you, what I did at the weekend, it's a stepping stone into lifestyle. All of these aspects, the kind of statistics that Nikisha's talked about in the young and the old, the kind of things that I've mentioned worldwide, we can give people the stepping stone into a different way of earning, a different way of looking at their health, a different way of enabling their nutritional health to improve. So Thomas Edison said the most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. Mark Twain said the secret of getting ahead is get started. Og Mandinino said always do your best. What you plant now, you will harvest later. And that's what Mel and Amy have said to us. Harvest, harvest, harvest in August. C.S. Lewis said, you're never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. All those people who are coming up to retirement in the USA and the world who don't have enough money for their retirement. They're not too old for TEN. You know, we have people of all ages over 18 years old in Team Effort International, and they can make money and they can improve their health, wealth, and well-being. So, finally, Norman Vincent Peale said, believe in yourself, have faith in your abilities. Without a humble but reasonable confidence in your own powers, you cannot be successful or happy. Confucius said, the will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential, these are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Let's go out there, folks, with personal excellence and do an excellent job for Mel and Amy and TEI. Back to you, Denise.
I agree, Anita. I agree 100%. Thank you so much for those quotes. Nikisha, I love it, love it, love it. Very powerful what you brought with us today. Tammy, let's do it. Let's take massive action. Let's make it happen. People need what we have. Listen to these statistics. They're not good, and you don't want to see anyone suffering. Let me stop, because it's been a powerful call. Nothing given for you today. Go out there, take massive action. Make it happen. Dream big. Believe in yourself. Know that you can do it. Set your goals, and know within your heart that you're going to reach them. Be back on the call with us again tomorrow morning as we share more great things that are happening here and Team Effort Network. 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And know this, family, you are loved and you are greatly appreciated. Have a blessed day on purpose.